another new pile of priority agenda items for Congress. As everyone starts heading back to DC, legislators are going to have to hit the ground running for some immediate fixes, like making sure the government doesn't run out of money by January 19th. But what else is the GOP planning to work on this year? The party's agenda has 4 very hefty, sometimes controversial items: infrastructure, healthcare, welfare reform, and immigration. Infrastructure is something that could be a bipartisan effort.
A bridge is not a Democratic or Republican thing. Everyone wants to get to work without having to be in miles of traffic, and Trump sees himself as a builder.
The biggest issue will be how to pay for what could be a $1 trillion package. President Trump has promised to do something about crumbling roads and bridges since his 2016 campaign, but getting conservative Republicans on board to spend that much is going to be a big lift. It might be an even bigger lift to round up support for another stab at repealing and replacing Obamacare. The Republican tax bill made some progress by axing Obamacare's individual mandate, but only in exchange for the prospect of a bipartisan bill to stabilize the law.
For which they promised to Susan Collins, the senator from Maine, which is basically propping up healthcare exchange markets and adding some subsidies.
House Speaker Paul Ryan has his eyes set on reforming welfare and entitlements and has for years. Trump and Majority Leader Mitch McConnell aren't completely on board, at least not with the big ones like Medicare and Social Security. But the president is reportedly interested in tighter work requirements and even possible drug testing for food stamp recipients, for example. When it comes to immigration, it's a full docket. New vetting regulations and a merit-based immigration system are on the agenda, and time is running out to replace DACA protections for young immigrants. But the White House wants to tie that fix to funding Trump's much-promised wall along the southern border.
But to Democrats, that's a non-starter. They don't want to trade kids protecting these dreamers, these 800,000 teenagers and young adults from deportation if they have to have a huge wall. And so the compromise would be spending billions of extra dollars funded by the government for border security.
It'd be tough to tackle any of these issues in isolation, so together they are a bit daunting to say the least. And thanks to Alabama's newest senator, Democrat Doug Jones, Republicans have only a razor-thin lead in the Senate to work with, 51 to 49. But McConnell has talked about getting back to bipartisan deals in Congress, something that hasn't happened for some time now.